All right, so it's 2020. I'm working as an athletic trainer. Boom, 2020 hits and temporarily laid off. And then I go and I work somewhere else at a hotel. And at the same time, I'm getting into entrepreneurial stuff, right? Because for the last 5 years, I've been practicing being more confident with people. And now I'm starting to give dating advice online for men who want to be more confident, learn how to approach women with confidence, talk to them, meet them, all that, improve their dating lives. So I started doing that. I put out content that I like. And after a while, some people started to reach out to me. Magic started to happen. I commented on some guy's post in a group that I was in, and he's like, oh man, yeah. We start talking. He's like, yeah. Or I'm like, yeah, I really relate to what you said. He's like, oh, cool. We kind of connected, and then that was my first official client. He started to hire me for these one-on-one calls over and over again. And eventually, I started working with some people too. I was working with this guy who reached out to me, who's a dating coach. I learned a lot working with him, learned a lot about building a group. Worked with somebody else for the last year and a half, 2 years, who is a really good friend of mine, and I learned a lot about how to engage people with content, blah, blah, blah. All right, I don't want to rant too much in this video, but there's a lot to include in the story. Okay, so my point here is for the last year and a half to 2 years, after I got those two initial people interested by just putting content out online on stuff that I loved, eventually, when me and my friends started working together, it was boom, we made a bunch of money right away in the first month, got a bunch of clients, and now we're okay, a month later, we're sitting here with these clients. They're in our 2-month program. And for the last 2 years, I've personally felt like I'm reaching for something. There's this big idea that okay, we're gonna grow, we're gonna make a ton of money. But for some reason, my heart just wasn't in it, because it felt like we were just chasing money. We were chasing the next clients. We were chasing cash. We were chasing something. We're chasing this idea, this ideal of what we wanted our lives to grow into over the next next year, or the next couple months. Actually, these goals were pretty short term. We wanted to make quick money, and for the last 2 years, it felt like we were kind of I don't know, when I look back on it, it's felt kind of stagnant. I just felt like I was reaching for something. I was reaching for this lifestyle, for money, for something. And the more that I tried to make money, the more that I tried to put out content that was going to get people to click, get into the funnel, to work with me, whatever, the more of a struggle it was. The more I felt like I was on the verge of burning out. I don't think I ever really burned out, because I didn't even go there. I didn't even go to that level. But it just felt like I was chasing, and it just wasn't working. That same magic that I had where I was okay, I'm just gonna put out content that I love, and then people are reaching out to me, or I genuinely connect with somebody and they wanna work with me. That wasn't happening. And the more and more that I tried to chase for money, the less that I felt people could trust me, the less connections I felt with people. There were good things here and there. There were things that I learned. There were good people that I met. But overall, I was chasing this big dream of making a ton of money from online coaching, and it just wasn't happening, and I felt like something was missing. And I don't think anything was missing. I think there was too much in the way. When I look back at dating, so when I started developing confidence, what I did was I approached people on my college campus. I was okay, I need to get more confident in social situations. Let me throw myself into a bunch of social situations over and over again. Let me approach a bunch of people, just say hi, make conversation. So that led me to, that actually kind of worked. As far as building confidence, it definitely worked. Eventually, I met a couple of girls. There's this one girl that I remember meeting in particular. Her name was Bella. It'd be hilarious if she was watching this. I was just kind of thinking that before I filmed this. I walked up to her and I was just full on genuine authenticity. Hey, what's up? I thought you were attractive and I wanted to say hi. And then she was like, oh, that's really sweet. And I was just full on in the moment. And I think that's what she appreciated about it. That was the magic of it, because I wasn't trying to get anything, right? I was just genuinely connecting with another human being. And then like, what do I say next? No lines, no nothing, just what do I want to say to her? So what do you study? You know, we talked about what she studied. And then, again, tapping in, what do I want to say to her? Oh, cool, well, you know, after talking a little bit, all right, well, you seem cool. I can't remember what I did. I probably either said like, can I have your number? Or like, do you want to get coffee sometime? Do you want to do something sometime? And she's like, sure. And then we ended up going to a museum together. And that was really cool. So fast forward a little bit, I pushed further into that whole approaching women thing because I'm like, oh, I gotta get more confident. And I got a little bit into the pickup community or the, you know, the dating advice space, whatever. And basically, with that space, there was a lot of like, oh, how many dates you get? How many lays you get? What's your lay count? How many numbers you get? How many things do you get? All these things, external things outside of yourself. How many do you get so you can show off to other people? Does that not sound like incredibly ego-based and incredibly like, just I'm lacking something inside, let me get something outside? I mean, I don't want to sound judgmental right now, but I'm just kind of analyzing that for what it is. So when I said earlier, I felt like there was something missing. I don't think there's anything missing. It's like just this thing that's in the way, this external source of validation. So just like with dating, how I kind of got wrapped up in that, that's when things didn't start happening. I noticed if I went out to the bar and I approached girls with the intent of getting something, a phone number, a date, we exit the bar together, go back to a more intimate place. If I had those things in mind, as like I had to get them, I needed them, then stuff wouldn't happen. I was too uptight. It just wouldn't work. But if I was just like, just be in the moment, just have fun. Just be in the moment, just have fun. Maybe there's a general aim of what you're trying to do, but just have fun, be in the moment. Like my general aim for this video is I'm explaining something. I'm sharing. I think I'm gonna call it why chasing doesn't work or something like that. But I think the more that you can be in the moment and look within, the more you can just like share outward and the more things actually happen in your life. It's like focusing on the moment and the process, as they say, rather than just focusing so much on the outcome. So, yeah, with dating, I learned that if I stopped caring so much about the outcome and I just had fun in the moment, things would actually happen. When I let go of that outcome, that's when that outcome would actually happen. That's when I would go home with a girl. That's when I would meet a girl that I really like. Yeah. So to kind of wrap this up, that's what I'm trying to get back to. Intentional action, being in the moment, boom. Intuition, channeling from within, and here's my call to action for you. I'm guessing in the last 2 to 3 years, there's been a lot of distraction in your life because it's been really easy to distract ourselves, staying inside, watching YouTube immediately when we get up, staying at home. If you have a remote job, it's very tempting just to put on a YouTube video to distract yourself instead of actually even doing your job. I've met people who do that. Here's my call to action for you. Sit down and just sit with yourself for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Just sit with yourself. Pay attention, observe. You'll learn a lot about your mind and maybe you'll even tap into your intuition. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Peace. Man, there's a couple guys fishing right there. All right. Feels good just to get out, set up the tripod, make a video. I like doing these videos too because like it challenges me to I don't know, make videos when cars are driving by.